Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's take a look outside our very warm, in fact hot weather window today. Temperatures sweltering 95 to 105 degrees around parts of north central Washington and very little cloud cover out there today. But boy, beautiful blue sky. You know, it's a warm spot here, so a typical July day in a lot of years, even though we were somewhat above normal. Changes coming our way tomorrow, mainly because of windy conditions. They'll be out of the southwest tomorrow, about 15 to 25 miles an hour. Increased fire concerns, mainly because we had so much rain in the spring, grass grew very tall, and now it is drying out, and there's no rain in the forecast. We'll talk much more weather coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Two former sheriff's deputies in Grant County have filed a legal claim against the department. The tourist town of Leavenworth has set its dates for Oktoberfest 2022. And saying it's not just a myth, Wenatchee firefighters rescued a cat stuck high in a tree in South Wenatchee yesterday. But first, our top story tonight, a man involved in a shootout with law enforcement officers near the airport outside Moses Lake Sunday afternoon suffered a gunshot wound to his shoulder. No officers were injured. The Central Basin Investigative Team is investigating the officer-involved shooting. Quincy Police Captain Ryan Green said Grant County Sheriff's deputies were assisting bail enforcement agents in arresting 42-year-old Robert Gwynn on felony warrants at a home in the 8000 block of Stratford Road Northeast when Gwynn fired a handgun at the deputies. At least one deputy returned fire. Gwynn reportedly then fled across a field in a stolen vehicle before emerging on Road 7, where he led law enforcement on a pursuit until a Moses Lake police officer delivered a pit maneuver just east of Road K Northeast. The vehicle rolled and Gwynn was given medical treatment for his gunshot wound by law enforcement before he was transported to Samaritan Healthcare in Moses Lake, where he remains. All law enforcement personnel involved have been placed on paid administrative leave during the investigation. Two former sheriff's deputies in Grant County have filed a legal claim against the department. Chief Deputies Dustin Canfield and Derek Gregg claim former Sheriff Tom Jones and his administrators, including Under Sheriff Ryan Rechtenwald, protected the sheriff's brother Ken Jones from allegations of payroll fraud. They say the sheriff and his staff retaliated against Canfield and Gregg, leading to their resignation last October. Both Sheriff Jones and his brother retired this year, leaving Rechtenwald as the appointed interim sheriff. An outside investigation ended with no criminal charges, but did find a lack of accountability within the sheriff's office. The two ex-deputies filed their claim as a prelude to a possible lawsuit, each asking for $5 million. Three candidates are running for the sheriff's seat in Grant County. Rechtenwald is not among them. Well, the tourist town of Leavenworth has set its dates for Oktoberfest 2022. The downtown festival will run for 3 weekends, September 30th through October 15th. The city parted ways last year with Project Bayern, the nonprofit group that had run Oktoberfest under a contract since 1993. That group is now hosting its own three-weekend Oktoberfest celebration in Wenatchee, taking place on the same dates. The city says its competing festival would be spread out through the downtown, featuring a beer garden and family-friendly play areas. Officials say, quote, Oktoberfest in the city of Leavenworth is a tradition that we want to continue and protect for our entire community and its visitors. Well, saying it's not just a myth, Wenatchee firefighters rescued a cat stuck high in a tree in South Wenatchee on Monday. Wenatchee Valley Firefighters Local 453 reported that a resident in the area had been hearing the cat meowing for a few days and naturally called the fire department. Engine 13 and Ladder 10 responded to find the cat about 45 feet off the ground with no clear way down. The ladder crew was able to get the cat into a carrier, bring it down, and give it some food and water. The Engine 13 crew then took the cat to the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, where they were dispatched to another call. By the time they returned to retrieve the cat carrier, the cat's owner had shown up, and Nora the cat was being reunited with her owner, Quentin. It turned out Nora had been missing since the 4th of July. Well, when we come back, a new grant will help local law enforcement make 2 new hires to deal with mental health crisis. Cashmere's Country Boys Barbecue closed its door for the final time on Saturday. Wenatchee High School advanced manufacturing teacher Doug Merrill is one of 50 finalists for a $100,000 Teaching Excellence Prize. And the crumble cookie phenomenon is coming to Moses Lake, where the company plans to open its 15th Washington store this fall. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa has hot tubs in stock now. Spas are scientifically proven to improve sleep and ease arthritis pain. Let us help you find the perfect spa today. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa is helping families reconnect, one hot tub at a time.
Traditional values and innovation in honoring the life of each family we serve is part of the ministry of Heritage Memorial Chapel. Our staff is committed to walk with your family with compassion through this time of grief. We are here to help and here to serve, the right kind of help when you need it most. Heritage Memorial Chapel.
Welcome back. In other news, a new grant will help local law enforcement make 2 new hires to deal with mental health crisis. The Washington Association of Sheriffs and Police Chiefs awarded more than $175,000 to the Wenatchee Valley's 4 police agencies and the Chelan County Jail to hire 2 full-time mental health workers. The 2 will work under the Chelan County Behavioral Health Unit, coordinated by Anna Johnson, which helps divert people in crisis away from the criminal system and into treatment. The grant will double the size of the Behavioral Health Unit. Johnson is currently one of 2 employees in that division. Well, Cashmere's Country Boys Barbecue closed its doors for the final time Saturday, with ownership saying staffing issues contributed to their decision to retire and shutter the business after 18 years. Tom and Anita Dew announced the closure of the restaurant on Applett's Way yesterday, thanking customers, staff, and the community. They added that they would be refunding Country Boys gift certificates until August 31st. Wenatchee High School advanced manufacturing teacher Doug Merrill is one of 50 finalists for a $100,000 Teaching Excellence Prize. There were 786 applicants nationwide for the Harbor Freight Tools for Schools Prize, and Merrill is one of 3 skilled trades teachers in Washington State to make the final 50. In October, Harbor Freight will award 5 grand prizes of $100,000 and 15 prizes of $50,000. $70,000 of the $100,000 grand prize will go to the school's skilled trades program and $30,000 to the teacher. Well, as we take you to break, the crumble cookie phenomenon is coming to Moses Lake, where the company plans to open its 15th Washington store this fall. Since opening its first bakery back in 2017 in Logan, Utah, Crumble has grown to more than 300 bakeries in 36 states. Crumble features a 4-flavor rotating menu of specialty cookies. The Moses Lake store at 601 Pioneer Way will be the state's third east of the Cascades, with Crumble bakeries previously having opened in Richland and also in Clarkston. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459.
The NCWLIFE channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCWLIFE channel today.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel. Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's features story, new technology has helped solve 3 cold cases around Washington, including 2 rape cases and 1 homicide. Forensic genealogy grants from the State Attorney General's office have allowed local police agencies to pursue genetic leads that weren't previously available by matching DNA evidence to public ancestry databases. Attorney General Bob Ferguson hailed the solved cases in a news conference yesterday.
These are the first cases involving these grants to reach such resolutions. On Friday, a Grays Harbor County Superior Court judge sentenced Paul Beaker to 30 years in prison for first-degree rape with deliberate cruelty for kidnapping and assaulting a 17-year-old girl in 2003. Also on Friday, Kenneth Downing pleaded guilty to 4 counts of first-degree rape and 1 count of second-degree assault with sexual motivation for a series of home invasions and rapes in Pullman, Washington, back in 2003 and 2004. He now faces 17 to 23 years in prison. This grant program has now helped solve 3 cold cases, 1 with multiple victims. These cases are an example of what law enforcement can accomplish by working together, and importantly, a message to survivors that they are not forgotten.
As Attorney General Ferguson mentioned, our cases are from 2003 and 2004. Genealogy research narrowed it down to 2 brothers in the Spokane area. We focused on 1 based on the suspect description provided by one of the survivors, and also some research determined that Mr. Downing was living in Spokane at the time of the crimes, and also his company that he worked for in construction was doing work in Pullman when those crimes occurred. So he was the most likely suspect. We asked for assistance from the Spokane Police Department Special Investigations Unit, who initiated a surveillance on Mr. Downing and ultimately followed him to a restaurant in Spokane where they were able to obtain some items that Mr. Downing touched, and through that DNA we received a match on Mr. Downing. Again, Spokane Police Department assisted us by locating and arresting Mr. Downing once a warrant was issued.
Time now for a look at your north central Washington weather forecast. And woo, hot one out there today all across north central Washington. Hardly a cloud in sight either, so it didn't make for a lot of shady areas out there today. And boy, I hope if you were outside, you drank plenty of fluids out there. Unofficially, 97 in the Wenatchee area. Our high today, 87 is where we should be for this time of year. Our record, we were 7 degrees off at 104 degrees set back in 2002. Nice mild start to our morning. We were 64 degrees this morning. 61 is normal. 48 our record cold temperature, and that was in 1997. Sunrise 5:17, and the sun sets tonight at 8:56. Taking a look at what we can expect as we get you into your Wednesday forecast. Boy, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a nice warm one once again, but much cooler in many locations. Going to see some breezy conditions tomorrow too. 92 in Moses Lake and Ephrata, 91 in Quincy, 90 degrees in the Wenatchee area, and then some 80s in the higher elevations, Cashmere up into Lake Wenatchee. Let's take a look at tonight now. We can expect high clouds out there, some breezy conditions. Once again, our lines of barometric pressure very tightly packed together, and that'll bring us some wind, but we're going to see some locations 70 degrees for an overnight low tonight. For Wednesday, mostly sunny, just a bit of a breeze tomorrow, especially right here in central Washington. It will be cooler with the breezy conditions, highs right around that 90-degree mark, and that'll feel pretty nice compared to today. For Thursday, sunshine and warmer. This area of low pressure is going to actually intensify our ridge of high pressure, so we're going to slowly warm up once again. Low 90s for Thursday, and then all those clear skies and that building ridge. We're going to see hot conditions on Friday once again, mid to maybe even upper 90s for high temperatures Friday. Going to stay hot on Saturday too to kick off our upcoming weekend. Mostly sunny with high temperatures in the mid 90s, and then things begin to change a little bit as we get into Sunday. Notice the big northwesterly flow that we see up and over that ridge of high pressure. Windy conditions at times on Sunday, but cooler. High temperatures in the upper 80s, so more back to normal on Sunday, and we'll actually be a little bit below normal as we get you into your next work week. Sunny and just a little bit cooler with highs on Monday in the mid 80s. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast now. 66, maybe even a little bit warmer in the Wenatchee area overnight tonight. 90 tomorrow, mostly sunny. It will be a bit breezy on Wednesday. For Thursday, 92. There's our 2 hotter days by the end of the week. 96 on Friday for a high temperature. All kinds of sun on Saturday and 94 degrees. And then a bit of a cool down. Once again, a bit of a breeze on Sunday and 88. 62 our low. And once again, to kick off our next work week, sunny and a bit cooler, but I think it'll feel pretty good with a high temperature on Monday of 85 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
The best pizza in the known universe is right here in downtown Chelan, so come on up. For the best locally crafted beer and barbecue in Chelan, come on up.
For the best down-home scratch country cooking in north central Washington, you'll find it in Manson. Come on up.
Come on up. Come on up.
Come on up.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellingson here from Live It Up. Join us every week as we answer your questions on health, wealth, and relationships.
We're all about you creating a life that you love, so tune in to Live It Up.
Let Mary Maid's custom cleaning experts help you clean up your to-do list. Between work, kids, and pets, it's hard to find time to keep up. Let Mary Maids of Wenatchee help. Mary Maid's cleaning experts can help keep your home or business fresh, neat, and exactly how you'd clean it if you only had the time. Call now for a free estimate, 509-663-1710. Serving Chelan and Douglas counties. Mary Maids, let us help.
It has really been a great partnership between Succession and NCWLIFE. It's not always easy to sit in front of a camera or a microphone, but you guys have made it a really nice process.
It's a little scary at first, right? You're just throwing money out there hoping it comes back. And to see those results come back through and see people walk through the door and say, hey, saw your TV advertisement. Those are the kinds of things that you see the return on. And when you look at the cost spent, you know you're making a return on it. NCWLIFE really does a great job of exposing our brand and Succession wines to North Central Washington. There's a huge market here and market potential that NCWLIFE is able to help us capture, spread who we are, and tell the world about what Succession does, and they are a great avenue for that.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Tuesday to you. We have a national champion in our midst. The Wenatchee FC B05 team defeated Steel United California 5-1 to win the U17 National Championship yesterday. Thanks to Matt Wisen for sending us a video of the celebration after the win. Wenatchee FC finished an undefeated season in the Washington Premier League at the NPL West playoffs and at the NPL finals. That's a combined 16-0-2. Wenatchee FC B03 and B08 teams will compete in Colorado coming up next week. Well, the Wenatchee Apple Sox step out of West Coast League play for only the second time this season tonight when they welcome the Dub C Fish Sticks to town. Yes, that's right, the Dub C Fish Sticks, formerly the Highline Bears. Apparently a fan vote on a name change had the Dub C Fish Sticks narrowly defeating the Seal Slingers. The team plays in a stadium in Burien they lovingly refer to as the Friar and feature a fish stick mascot named Crispy. They like to have fun at the ballpark, too. Besides playing summer collegiate baseball, the fans participate in a fish toss, batters warming up with a fish stick bat, and fans battling in the Emerald Downs pony hop.
There's one on each side. I'm not sure if that one counts yet or not. You can push it down in there. 2, 3 on this side. And almost there. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Get set, go! Hop away, Ezra, with an early lead. Crispy, oh, that's dirty, Crispy. Dirty. Ezra struggling a bit, but has the big lead right now. Here comes Crispy coming up. Oh, Ezra bites the pass. Everybody has a chance now. Crispy sees an opening, but he bites it. And Ezra is our winner. Good, Crispy.
Yeah, that last part there was an homage to the relief pitcher for the Angels throwing sunflower seeds onto the field after being ejected following that brawl with the Mariners. We're not sure what kind of craziness will happen at the ballpark tonight, but you can watch the Fish Sticks and the Apple Sox at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium starting at 6:35. Go to applesox.com for more on that. There was only one West Coast League game in action yesterday that had Yakima Valley shutting out Kamloops 3-0. Tyler Frieders pitched 8 innings of 4-hit shutout ball to earn his 4th win for the Pippins. Shane Simpson did the damage at the plate for Yakima Valley, going 2 for 4 with a run and an RBI. Here's a look at the full schedule for tonight across the league with Corvallis visiting Edmonton. The 6:35 games have Bellingham at Ridgefield. Walla Walla hosts Bend. Victoria visits Nanaimo. Port Angeles welcomes Kelowna. Kamloops plays again at Yakima. Springfield takes on Portland, and Cowlitz hosts the Northwest Star Academy in a non-league game tonight. Well, the Mariners hope to continue as one of the hottest teams in baseball when they play at the nation's capital tonight. Seattle takes its 8-game winning streak to Nationals Park to face Washington. That game underway, as a matter of fact. Chris Flexen was starting the game for the Mariners against the Nationals' Josiah Gray. That action is on Root Sports Northwest. Well, we only had one game of the West Coast League last night. There was only one game in the American League last night. 6-run 8th inning wasn't enough for the Oakland A's as they fell to Texas 10-8. Corey Seager and Josh Smith, that is, each homered for the Rangers, while Leody Taveras went 3 for 4 with 2 runs and 3 RBI. Houston's lead heading into tonight, 12 games over second place Seattle and 15.5 in front of Texas. Well, finally tonight, a moment of youth springs eternal. 42-year-old Albert Pujols continues to deliver in his 22nd Major League season.
First pitch. And Pujols hits it down the right field line. It's slicing. It is off the top of the wall. Albert digging for 2. Third all-time in extra base hits in Major League history. A double off the wall in right. 1,378 extra base hits. He passes Stan the Man, third all-time in Major League history.
Yeah, Albert now has 3,324 career hits, 683 home runs, and 2,167 runs batted in. The Machine, as he's known, will appear in his 11th All-Star game in Los Angeles after being named a legacy selection by the Commissioner of Baseball. He'll also become the oldest player to participate, that is, in the Home Run Derby at the age of 42. See, age is just a number if you think of it that way. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Eric, thank you so much. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. On tomorrow's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, my guest will be this gal making her very first appearance on this program, Linda Hagland from the WDA. The topic on tomorrow's show is
Downtown Possibilities Tour. You get to imagine the possibilities. You got to tune in.
Anytime you've been downtown, you go, what's behind that door? What's behind that boarded up window? What are they doing in there? Find out on the 27th. That'll be our topic with Linda on tomorrow's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Grant, back to you.
Dan and my friend Linda, thank you very much. Okay, before we let you go, let's take one more quick check of your weather forecast. Want to remind you, we are going to cool down tomorrow. Increased fire danger tomorrow because of some breezy southwest winds that we'll see. I think the breeziest weather will be up in the Okanagan country and over into the Columbia Basin, but still some windy conditions, very low humidity, so be very, very careful out there tomorrow. And then after the cool down on Wednesday, we're going to warm right back up. Sunny skies and 92 on Thursday. Our warmest day after today will be on Friday at 96. Mostly sunny and hot for Saturday, so a nice start to our weekend at 94. Sunny, cooler, and a bit breezy as well on Sunday at 88. And then much cooler as we get you into Monday with sunny skies and a high temperature of 85 degrees. And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for being with us and have a great night.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper, I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.